get the ball in the corner, and like, obviously you've been in that situation where you rise up and everybody just talking, trash behind you. And for some reason, I just got an out-of-body experience. I shot it, and literally as I let it go, it's like I've never felt the shot feel better than that. And I turned around and kind of looked at JaVale, and then just ran off, and it went in.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So, I've got a long video here that was actually suggested to me from the members section quite a while ago. So it's about time I get to it. And this one is called How a Showboater Humiliated Every Team in the NBA. And this is about Steph Curry. This is from a YouTube channel called Out of Bounds, which I am subscribed to and have been for a while. I'm going to link the original video down below like I always do. And also, you see a list of channel members. Shout out channel members. I appreciate you guys. Guys, I want to make this a quick intro because I'm going to do this as a two-parter because it's going to be on the longer end. So I say let's get to it. Like the vid if you could. It helps out a lot. Hit that hype button. And we're off to the races. Guys, let's do this.
Steph Curry is widely known as the greatest shooter of all time. He hits impossible threes, won 4 NBA championships, and truly revolutionized basketball forever.
Let's do it in the comments, because whenever I talk about Steph, there's like people who love him and people who hate him. In your opinion now, everybody in the comments, who is the greatest shooter of all time in your opinion? Okay, we got to take all of it into effect. Mid-range, scoring at the basket, long range, all that. Who's the greatest? Because I honestly, it took me a while to come around, but I do have Steph in that spot.
But there is one thing people often overlook, and that is that he likes to show off. From no-look shots to iconic celebrations that spread across every sport.
Dang.
Steph doesn't just dominate, he makes sure you know about it. But how did he even become so good in the first place? And why do some critics actually claim that he ruined basketball because of his skills?
A lot of people do.
To find out, we have to go back to February 27th, 2013. Wardell Stephen Curry II, or better known simply by his middle name, Steph, has been slowly developing into a solid point guard since the Golden State Warriors chose him 7th back in the 2009 draft. Curry, who was selected for his incredible shooting ability, was never one to showboat since he arrived in the NBA. The furthest he ever went was pointing up to the sky to not only give all glory to God, but to also acknowledge his mother. However, it was on this night
What'd that say? Oops, wrong button.
To God, but to also acknowledge.
There I am. I'm clumsy on the keyboard right now. Back in college, blah, blah, blah. My mom and I started that. Every time after the national anthem stopped, I'd find her in the stands whenever she came to a game, and we'd do a sign to each other. That's cute.
Acknowledge his mother. However, it was on this night where everything changed for Steph. As the first half progressed, Curry was only getting hotter and hotter, and it became clear what was in store for not only the Knicks, but fans in the iconic Madison Square Garden Arena after
MSG
Steph
for
did
you.
this.
Nice shot. Hi-ya.
I'm like, he doing the that we was like, you can't do that in the league.
Yep.
Yeah, you going too fast shooting that jumper now. That's too much. You ain't even holding it up no more. He was,
Yeah.
oh no, bro. Now he talking to the crowd. He pointing at fans. I'm like, Steph don't even do that. I think it was us. I think we ignited that confidence that came, because after that game, bro, he got very disrespectful.
Yeah, he took off.
He got disrespectful. He started trying.
While Golden State would unfortunately lose this epic battle, Stephen Curry's 54-point career-high performance and incredible shimmy celebrations marked a turning point in the rising guard's career. Because 2 months later, as the 2012-2013 regular season was coming to a close, the Warriors were set to face the Kobe Bryant-led Los Angeles Lakers, a must-win game if Golden State was going to get a higher seed in the playoffs. So, Curry started out incredibly hot, dropping 22 points in the first quarter alone. But it wasn't just the numbers which were so entertaining, it was the celebrations. Steph was talking to the crowd and showing actual emotion after hitting big threes. Yet this wasn't all. The Warriors rising star simply refused to cool off from his first quarter domination,
He's such a damn good shooter.
This night with a huge 47 points, and with 1.5 seconds left, he had a chance to steal a victory in Los Angeles.
From the backcourt. Almost, and the Lakers hang on and win the game.
While the former 7th pick just missed the game winner, he was so hot throughout this matchup that Laker players weren't even celebrating the win. Instead, they were just relieved that the new
look at that.
on the block didn't destroy them from near full court. But this season only got crazier. April 28th, 2013. As the Warriors left their locker room to begin the third quarter, they found themselves with a sizable 12-point lead. However, Golden State knows how quickly a margin can evaporate. So Steph started to do some pretty insane things.
And on this crazy run, I have knocking shots down left and right. And the last kind of one in the third quarter, right in front of Denver's bench, JaVale McGee's standing, like literally standing up. There's like 5 or 6 guys around him, and get the ball in the corner. And obviously you've been in that situation where you
is he gonna do the turn?
Talking, trash behind you. And for some reason, I just got out of body experience. I shot it. Literally, as I let it go, it's like I've never felt the shot feel better than that. I turned around and kind of looked at JaVale, and then just ran off and it went in. And that was when I didn't even check to see if it went in. I just was waiting for it.
Yeah, look at the reaction here.
And it went in.
Right here. He's just looking at Steph running away like, no way. He just did. Actually, all of them are. They're all just eyes on Steph. Like, they can't believe he just did that to them.
And that was when I didn't even check to see if it went in. I just was waiting for the noise.
For the first time in his 4-year career, Curry had not only pulled his follow-through down early, but he had literally turned around with the ball still in the air and said this to Denver's bench.
He lets the ball go and turns around, tells him to shut up. Ball's like midair. It's like not even close to the rim.
Thanks to their newly dubbed babyface.
Did he say it too? He literally said shut up and ran down to court.
Assassin, Oakland's NBA franchise had shockingly defeated the much higher seeded Nuggets and were now preparing for a battle against one of the greatest dynasties in the history of the league, the San Antonio Spurs. But Steph wasn't worried. During Game 1, Curry was doing things that no one had ever seen before at the highest level of the game. Picking up the ball off the floor and hitting a shot.
Curry didn't even have control of the ball, picked it up and threw it in.
Knocking down crazy walk-off threes.
Lead, and now it's 11, Curry again. And,
Bit of frustration on the defender.
And turning complaining for a foul into a fun celebration. However, San Antonio's
he finished that right on Kawhi Leonard.
Veteran presence and the fact their team was primed for another finals run meant that the Spurs would eventually defeat the young Warriors 4-2. Yet this season was only the start of one of the greatest careers of all time, and today could very well be the start of your very own incredible career journey. Thanks to today's video sponsor, Odoo.
Nice segue.
Odoo is an all-in-one business solution, but for now, let's zoom into their website builder, which requires zero technical skills or knowledge to use. All you have to do is simply answer some questions. What type of website are you trying to build? What sort of business do you run? And your main objective. Then Odoo has you select the color scheme that you would like, and then finally you pick the pages that you want to see on your finished site. Then boom, Odoo does all the work. Not only is it that easy to create a custom website, but once it comes down to writing engaging copy, which can be very difficult, Odoo has built ChatGPT directly into their website builder to make that even easier. Not only is starting your business/career journey that simple, but Odoo will not only give you your first app free for life, but they'll host your website and provide support at no extra cost, and even give you a free custom domain name for 1 year as well. So if you're ready to power your business with Odoo's website builder, check out the link in the description and pinned comment to get started today. Anyway, back to Los Angeles. October 31st, 2013. In Steph's second game of the brand new 2013-2014 season, the rising guard would come out versus the Los Angeles Clippers and ignite their defense. Curry, who often chewed his mouth guard to help him stay focused.
It's interesting too. I see a little Reggie Miller in him, and I know Reggie was a huge influence on him. Look at his legs, okay? Don't just look at his hands. Look at what he does with his legs often when he's shooting one of these bombs.
Ignite there.
He's got that. He's got a very similar spread. Now Reggie would spread this leg out more so like that, and this one was more flat, but very similar nevertheless.
Fence. Curry, who often chewed his mouthguard to help him stay focused, had not only signed a deal with Mogo Sport, who crafted custom flavored mouthguards for him, but the Warriors guard would put in an insane 9-3.
That's interesting. So it's replacing chewing bubblegum at that point since it's flavored.
However, Steph's 38-point performance was ultimately overshadowed by the fact that it was the Clippers who left this regular season battle with the victory, a failure which only continued as Golden State once again faced Los Angeles in the first round of the playoffs. As not only did Curry get embarrassed by JJ Redick,
It was payback. I actually got a block. So the part of it was like I had like this reaction. It wasn't even about a shot. I was like, I gotta stop. Yeah, let's now what?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Who it was. So I was like yelling, like flexing at the crowd, doing all that stuff. But then I got humbled.
but his Warriors would get sent back to Oakland empty-handed after failing in Game 7. If Steph Curry was ever going to reach his full potential, something needed to change within Golden State's team, and fast.
I want to thank all of you for coming. It's a special day for the Warriors, the day we announced Steve Kerr as the head coach.
Steve Kerr, a 5-time NBA champion as a player with the Chicago Bulls and San Antonio Spurs, not only brought in a refreshed perspective as their new head coach.
Hey guys, one thing I forgot about his Spurs tenure, was he still coming off the bench with San Antonio, or did he get to start? Let me know, please.
It literally changed the way basketball was played forever. Yet, it did take him some time to get used to coaching a player like Steph Curry, because on March 9th, 2015, this happened.
I remember on the sidelines seeing him looking like Curly Neal from the Harlem Globetrotters, dribbling through traffic, and then a fadeaway three. And in my mind, I'm thinking, every coach that I ever had in my life, their voice was in my head saying, that's a terrible shot.
Yep.
So you see me on the sidelines, I'm holding my arms up. I'm thinking Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, their voices are in my head. Lute Olson, this is a terrible shot.
Lute.
What I eventually figured out is that it's a great shot because it's Steph Curry.
And it was all due to this insane bucket that Coach Kerr would come to realize who he was actually coaching.
He's one of the greatest showmen that I've ever seen. Like you love the spectacular, right? You love to do something that nobody else does.
Steph would then get revenge on their so-called rivals as the regular season was rounding out.
Oh, yeah. And like Kerr was saying, he loves the spectacular, but also, I think dude just loves basketball. In a period of time right now where most NBA players, I have to question if you even enjoy basketball. Steph Curry, there's no doubt. He lives for this crap. He's having a great time out there.
And the hiring of Kerr, combined with the new Warrior style of play, saw Golden State heading into the playoffs as the #1 seed. But could they actually win anything with a babyface point guard as their #1 option?
Babyface assassin.
Well, their road to get to the elusive championship round was filled with speed bumps. Curry would have to hit multiple insane shots, such as this one versus the Pelicans in the first round.
It's a rebound. Curry
No call?
Or this incredible bucket against the Grizzlies in the second.
No call that way. Curry flings it the other way.
However, despite...
Wait, what was the score? All right, so that gave him a 6-8 point lead.
That way. Curry flings it the other way.
That's so stupid.
However,
it's a perfect
despite
switch.
actually making it all the way to the NBA Finals and Steph being crowned as the most valuable player of the whole league after Game 3 rounded out, it was actually the Warriors who found themselves in a 2-1 hole. Yet this wasn't the only issue. Matthew Dellavedova, the Cavaliers' backup point guard, had been tasked with slowing down Golden State's MVP.
Deli almost died guarding Steph Curry. No, literally almost died. We have footage of this man in an ice tub, literally to his neck, trying to guard this man.
And his efforts had earned the Cleveland guard.
this is so funny because this video is 2 months old, right? And what's happened in the last month because of Draymond? Now Dellavedova is being like smeared as though he's a scrub. But look, just 2 months later, what's the narrative?
Like literally to his neck trying to guard this man.
And his efforts had earned the Cleveland Guard the title of Curry Stopper.
Draymond? I don't think you ever know what the hell you're talking about, man. I never believe you know what the hell you're talking about. And then millions of people just jump on the bandwagon with you. When in reality, this is what happened. God.
A nickname which rubbed Steph the wrong way. June 14th, 2015. While the Warriors had won Game 4 thanks to a roster change, moving Andre Iguodala into the starting lineup, with the series tied at 2 wins each, and the next game being played in Cleveland, a Golden State loss here would almost certainly mean the LeBron James-led Cavaliers would be crowned champions. So, Steph, motivated by not only the crown, but to prove those Curry Stopper believers wrong, would not only go out and destroy Dellavedova, but put on an epic show while doing so.
And Steph, he the type, like, he's not going to announce that, like, I heard what you said, or you said this, you said that. He just gonna come out like he's a true competitor. They think he a little light-skinned dude, but he like a real competitor.
Whether it was his traditional giving God the glory,
running. And it's crazy too, guys. Like if you're noticing, every one of these shots, the defense is right in his face, and he's still knocking them down like perfect swishes.
Away after shooting.
Look at that. When you shoot that well and that long,
this epic mean mug, Curry's 37 points had quieted his doubters. Yet, the awesome showboating didn't end here, as in Game 6, the former 7th pick was showcasing a classic, looking at his offhand after making a left-handed layup. Also, who started this? Was it Shaq?
Yeah, I think
spent so long trying to figure it out, and I couldn't, so if you know, comment below.
I've always thought that was Shaq's thing, so I'd never seen anybody do it like this until Shaq did. And then he did it all the time.
The binoculars after throwing a stunning no-look dime to Iguodala. However, it was after the final buzzer sounded and Golden State was crowned kings of the NBA, where Steph Curry would receive some more motivation.
It could have been a lot of these guys, but there can only be one MVP. And this year's MVP is a player who didn't start in a single game until these finals. This year's Bill Russell MVP, Andre Iguodala.
But what?
Hey. Who else misses Bill? I miss seeing Bill all over the place like this. What a guy.
Happened in their following 2015-2016 season would be one of the most incredible campaigns in the history of the sport. January 22nd, 2016. Paul George, the Indiana Pacers' two-way superstar, was ready to try and shut down this baby-faced assassin.
I'm like, yo, I got Steph. I'm about to lock him down.
However, Curry had different plans. Not only did he hit 2 back-to-back quarter-ending half-court shots, but the now one-time champion would hit a...
Wait, was that one off the glass and one swish?
To-back quarter-ending half-court shots, but the now one-time champion would hit 8 threes and end this night having scored 39 points.
Bro, I couldn't stop none of it. I couldn't stop none of it.
So what was it that motivated Steph?
39, 10, and 11, triple-double, 11 for 9. Guys, the fact that he's shooting so many threes, 11 for 19, is stupid good.
Anyway, well, his teammate Andre Iguodala shed some light on his secret.
I think it was Iguodala, but I believe he said that if you have a bad shooting first half, you go on Twitter to read the comments.
That was I started that during that run. Yeah, for me, like it was. I was looking at Twitter and looking at little strong opinions on how you're playing and all that based on
Steph Curry's trash.
Twitter. Like, it's the best. It's the best thing in the world. Like, all the Warriors suck. We're down 6 at the end of the quarter.
Steph, having read all.
Once again, why I say if Jordan was playing in the social media era, he'd just have extra motivation to go out there and crush everybody.
The hate comments about him on Twitter would come out after halftime and put on a show. leading Golden State to become one of, if not the greatest third quarter team in the history of basketball. Curry was so dominant in this period that in 26 games during the 2015-2016 season, the Warriors were so far ahead at the end of the third that Steph simply didn't play the whole fourth quarter. Not only would a social media app light a fire underneath the baby-faced assassin, but so did other players, such as Miami Heat rookie Josh Richardson.
And when I come off the bench, and my first matchup was Steph. I walked in, I chest him up as soon as I get in the game. On the inbound, I'm just pushing him. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing that tonight. Not on me, brother. About 36 minutes later, and 42 Steph points later, I'll be in the locker room like, nah, this can't be what it's like. I'm taking my stuff out like this. Nah, this ain't it.
But dude, you're crazy for being a rookie and then talking trash against a prime Steph Curry, dude. That's just nuts.
It's in February of 2016 where we saw perhaps the most insane Steph Curry performance to date, because after suffering a minor ankle sprain, the NBA MVP would return in that elusive third quarter and begin to do shocking things.
Attaboy.
Curry from downtown, punch it in!
However, after Iguodala hit some super clutch free throws to send the game to overtime, Steph would do something that will be remembered as one of the most iconic moments in NBA history.
5,
They
4,
do have a timeout.
3.
Decide not to use it. Curry,
Oh, that's this shot, yeah.
Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
However,
hey, I didn't know he was injured on that one, or at least I don't remember that. That makes it even better.
Steph's 46-point game-saving performance versus Oklahoma City wasn't the highest scoring night he had that season. Against the Washington Wizards, Steph
4 minutes and 13 seconds of overtime without Kevin Durant, who fouled out. So it was all Steph and Clay time.
City wasn't the highest scoring night he had that season. Against the Washington Wizards, Steph would showboat his way to 51.
Ball nearly taken away by Dudley. Curry!
And versus the New Orleans Pelicans, Curry flashed his evil smile early on, signaling to New Orleans that he was about to murder them. 53 points later, he definitely did that.
It's true. You got guys like Jordan were not like smiling and laughing that much when they were killing you. They looked serious, you know? Kobe too. Steph just, the second he starts laughing and smiling, you know, like he's about to destroy some people.
In their first round playoff matchup versus the Houston Rockets, after setting an NBA record by winning 73 regular season games, Curry would come down with what could have been a season-ending injury. But on May 9th, 2016, Steph would finally return. And what happened on this fateful evening in Oregon would truly shock everyone. Because with the looming threat of the Portland Trail Blazers stealing another game and tying the series, Steph Curry, who had been dubbed Chef by rapper Drake, started to cook. I'm gonna forever make terrible puns on this channel, I don't care. Yet, it's what he did in overtime after failing to win the game in regulation, which was the most impressive. Not only would he hit the classic flex celebration after grabbing an offensive rebound and turning it into an easy 2 points, but a few possessions later, this happened.
Left wide open! Tells the fans, I am back. I am back.
Steph would then round out his 17-point overtime by absolutely stunning this fan and pushing.
Wait, did he just... No. Say that again?
I am back. I am back.
Steph would then round out his 17-point overtime.
17? No. You're not. No. I heard that wrong. 5 minutes. Overtime is 5 minutes. You didn't score 17 points in 5 minutes.
Left wide open! Tells the fans, I am back. I am back.
Steph would then round out his 17-point overtime by absolutely stunning this fan and pushing.
What? 17 points in 5 minutes? I gotta watch this.
In Golden State to be up 3-1. However, once again before Game 5, something mind-blowing would happen. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver left Steph Curry hanging. After being crowned as the league's first unanimous MVP, Steph would drop 29 on Portland's head and set his team up for a Western Conference Finals battle with the Kevin Durant-led Oklahoma City Thunder.
Woof. What a roller coaster so far. Well, we are at the halfway point, you guys, so I'm going to stop it right here. I know you guys probably hate me right now, but I got to do it. Or else it's going to be like an hour and a half long video. So I'm going to stop it right here. We're going to finish this up for the After Dark, and I'm having a great time. Hopefully you guys are too. And like I said, I'm trying to do some of these longer videos that I typically avoid. And I think this is the best way to go about it. So, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Hit that subscribe plus if you want to support my channel. And yeah, guys, leave your comments down below, okay? Remember, who's the best shooter of all time? I need to know your opinions. All right, guys, hit the bell if you want to get notified for the second half tonight in the After Dark. And yeah, be water, my friends.